It will appear in your life effortlessly when you first start from stillness and relaxation. Now, this may seem counterintuitive because the world has taught us to believe that we have to work hard, that we have to struggle, that we have to earn through effort, through time, what it is that we want. But this is not true when it comes to my initial statement that it will appear effortlessly in your life when you first start from stillness and relaxation. You see, that is how this actually works from the deepest level, from a level of consciousness, from your being. And that is why, for multiple reasons, this is the starting point. Because when you come from a paradigm of needing to struggle, needing to work hard, needing to earn it, then from within that paradigm, you have to conform to those rules, so to speak. That's the mechanism. It's a reflection of your state of being, your state of mind. But if you come from the knowing of your true self, which is timeless, infinite, it is all possibilities here and now, then the key is actually to be perfectly still, perfectly centered, perfectly aligned, perfectly relaxed. Because you see, when your nervous system is overactivated, overstimulated, when it is in fight or flight, first of all, you won't see possibilities. You won't see the opportunities that are already all around you. You'll be in a state of survival, trying to fight your way or flight your way into safety. But inherently in that state, you will be blind to the positivity around you, the synchronicities around you. So that's on the surface how this operates. But on a deeper level, when you're not still, not relaxed, your subconscious, which is the construct of your self concept, it's that formless, subtle, deep sense of who you believe you are and what you believe is possible, what you believe you're capable of. And that is basically ruling your life when you are not still and relaxed. Because when you are still and relaxed, your true self can emerge. The real you is not contained or imprisoned or contracted or tensed into an image of who you have become to believe you are. You see, the real you has room to breathe. The real you has the possibility of working its magic. And the universe, or life itself, can recognize you being in alignment with who you are. You see, it's a game of frequencies, it's a game of vibrations. And what you put out is what you get back. So if you're putting out fear and lack and limitation and struggle and needing it to be a lot of effort and time, then life will say, okay, that's apparently what you want, so there you go. Here's the paradigm that you can operate within that. And you can get to where you want to be, you can get to what you want to have through those means. But if you relax and allow yourself to become aware of your being, the I am that I am, you become so present that the infinite intelligence that you are in essence becomes prominent, becomes prevalent, it comes online, it comes to the surface. And you become identified with that truth of your being, which is interconnected with all of life. It is hyper intelligent. And when you allow that to operate, then it operates on synchronicity. It operates on possibility. It operates on this infinite intelligence of just in time, just perfect for you, without needing to struggle or exert a lot of energy or effort. And I've experienced this so many times in my life. This is not just some theory. I mean, years ago now, I wanted to travel the world. I wanted to just be myself. I wanted to do what I love. I wanted for that to provide me with anything that I needed in order to do all of that. And I visualized this over and over again from a state of deep stillness, of deep silence. And Neville Goddard, if you're familiar with his work, has a label for this state. He says it's the SATS, this state akin to sleep. This is the starting point, right? So it's that feeling just before you fall asleep of being totally present, totally relaxed. Your body doesn't feel like your body. Your mind doesn't feel like your mind. It just feels like another perception. And you're really fluid in all of that. You're really detached in all of that. You're really present within and through all of that. And it's almost like a waking dream. You can see your thoughts, you can see your feelings, you can see your body, but it's not yours. It's just happening. And when you kind of detach and zoom out and you get more and more of that perspective, now you can start to fluidly move those things around, your thoughts, your feelings, right? And you can start to imagine from that state of deep relaxation, of deep stillness, what it is that you want to experience, what it is that you want to manifest. And from that deeply relaxed nervous system, from that focused mind, not distracted by this or that, or jumping from here to there and all that, you are in control. You are relaxed but alert. You are aware but almost dreamlike. And you can bring thoughts up and you can infuse them with feelings and you can play with this and imagine this reality all around you, not as a sort of picture, but as a vibrant, vivid, real experience where you are at the heart of it. And the more you can allow yourself into this state of deep relaxation, where then your mind really doesn't know the difference when you make that image so vivid, that visual so real, your mind cannot tell the difference. And when it becomes that real, when it becomes that experiential, that emotional, then the universe has no choice but to reflect that into your reality. And the more you do this, especially when you are falling asleep at night, because the key is letting it go. So the key is bringing it up vividly, vibrantly, making it very real and experiential, but then letting it go. You see, the tricky part is that we often become attached to these things. We start to get ourselves wrapped up in their meaning and their significance and when they're coming and why they're not showing up and how they should show up and all the details which are not important. And you see, that's where those limiting beliefs of even thinking that we need money in order to do this, or it needs to look like this, or we need this in order for this to be our reality. It's all just unnecessary limitation. It's all our own resistance to the way that it wants to happen, the way that it can happen for us. And we get in the way of that. So the key is letting it go. And that's why getting so deeply immersed in this visual, in this vision, in this imaginative reality, and then basically falling asleep to it, or if you're really good and you've practiced that you can actually let it go, then now with faith and conviction, you can allow yourself to trust in the process. And this is where inspired action comes in. Because now that you have seen it, felt it, and become it, and you've let it go, now you can be receptive to the way that life and its infinite intelligence is going to present you with the opportunities that are for you in order to bring that to you. And all you need to do is be receptive to that. All you need to do is act on that. But again, you have to be receptive and not attached to the way that you think it should go to a particular outcome in the way that it needs to be, right? Fluid, flexible, adaptable, receptive, open, trusting. And that's the key, because life is going to show you things, bring you things, offer you things that may on the surface seem like they're not really related. They're not relevant, that they're not somehow directly corresponding to that, but they are. And you don't need to know how. You just need to trust the process. And that's why inspired action or intuitive action is so essential. And you know this. You know what is inspired. You know what is intuitive. Now, you may not be acting on it, and that's a different story, right? Again, the limiting beliefs or the lack beliefs or the doubt or the fear may be creeping in. But this is where trust is paramount in this process. Because the more you can cultivate that faith and the conviction in yourself, in your vision already done, your wish already fulfilled, as Neville says, then you can start to surrender and trust into the process as it's unfolding, what's being presented to you, what's being offered to you, what you're being guided into. And that is the magic of this unfolding. And yes, you will have to face your fears, and I would highly recommend that you investigate these things and investigate your beliefs, because that's going to smooth out the process. That's going to make this whole thing a lot more streamlined. And that's, in truth, actually what it's really all for. Because you can get everything that you want in life, but it's the self-mastery, it's the integration, it's the embodiment of who you truly are, which is what all of this is for. It's sort of a training ground, so to speak, or it's you could say a school or a game of manifestation, but it's really a game of vibration and frequency, of stepping into all that you are, embodying who you really are, and the love and the wisdom that you are in essence, the intelligence that you are, the consciousness that you are. And all of these things are just permission slips to bring up catalysts and challenges and opportunities and relationships to really step into that version of you through bumping up against beliefs that you have, perceptions that you hold on to, past traumas, past experiences that you're not willing to let go of or not willing to process, emotions that are buried, thoughts that are unresolved. All of these things in your consciousness, in your mind, want to be processed. They want to be held. They want to be loved. They want to be let go of. And in this world, in this experience, we create these manifestations in order to bump up against these internal realities. So by all means, seek and strive for what it is that you want to manifest and create the reality of your dreams. But know that that's all for the purpose of you realizing and awakening your true self. Because who you truly are is pure magic, pure possibility. It is freedom and abundance and peace and joy and happiness and creativity itself. You are imagination. You have no limit. You have no boundary. You have no limits on what you can become and create. It is only your mind and its beliefs and its patterns of thought that contain this into something far less than what it truly is. So this whole experience is a permission slip for you to step into that infinite power of creative imagination that you are. And it's your purpose. And so you can play with reality, and you can use the permission slip to experience things and manifest things. And again, I have experienced this so many times. And I have too fallen into the trap that I think I need this in order to do this. Years ago, when I started, one of the few businesses that I started in my mid-20s was a co-working space. And this was a business that needed a lot of upfront capital, which I didn't have. I didn't have any money. I had a dream. I had a vision. I had an idea. And I had the emotional inspiration to bring people together, to create experiences, to offer a space of creative connection. And I was so compelled by that. I knew that I needed to do it. I didn't know how. And so I literally envisioned every day, multiple times a day, walking into this space, turning on the lights, cleaning it up, welcoming people, hosting events, doing all sorts of beautiful things that I knew would happen when I was there in that reality. And I kept doing this, and every time I did it, I made more and more detail in it. I imagined what it would feel like to be vacuuming and listening to music and dancing while I did it. I would imagine all the people that I met and how it would feel to connect with them, and how it would feel to welcome them, and how it would feel to see them enjoying the space. I did all these different things, and it became more and more detailed in its imaginative visual. And I even imagined myself walking up the stairs into the space because I somehow knew it was going to be on the second floor, even though we didn't have a space yet. And I kid you not, this is exactly how it went. We found a space on the second floor, a beautiful loft space. And all of these things came true. I can't tell you how often I went there first thing in the morning, like 5 a.m. before anyone got there, and I turned on Marvin Gaye or some kind of fun music to dance to sing to vacuum the space to, and clean up and mop the whole space to. And this is literally what happened. And I have so many examples, countless examples of people that I've met, of clients that I've worked with, of places that I've gone to, of experiences that I've had, all from visualizing it. But again, it all starts when you want it to be effortless from that place of deep relaxation and stillness. You have to know that I am, and that I am is your true self, and it is infinite, and it is peace and freedom and creativity itself. And when you can surrender to that and trust that and identify with that, and you can allow that to bring up the thoughts and the feelings and the images that are in accordance with your vision, and you can allow that to consume you, you can allow yourself to become so immersed in that it becomes so experiential, so vivid, so real, so indistinguishable from reality around you, that then life has no choice but to reflect that to you. And then again, all you need to do is let go. And in letting go, be receptive to what life brings you. The signs, the synchronicities, the little nudges, the inspiration, the intuition, the little signposts that are saying, go this way, do this, take this as far as you can take it. You don't need to struggle, but keep going. And when you trust that, and when you follow that inspiration, it all becomes magic. It all just falls into place. And when you can notice your limiting beliefs, and you can notice the tendency to interject, well, this is how it should be going, and this is what it should look like, and I expect it to go this way, or I insist that it goes this way. When you can drop all of that and just go with the flow, then everything comes to you effortlessly. And again, I have so many examples of how this has worked for me. I know that it will work for you, but you have to do these steps. And you have to trust in the process. And you have to be willing to investigate your mind, because it is the only obstacle to everything that you want being here now effortlessly. I promise you. And if you want a helpful resource to do this, just comment manifest down below and I'll send you my free alignment masterclass, which walks you through this process. And it'll even help you reverse engineer certain helpful habits, protocols to keep you in alignment with your vision. It'll include meditations and visualizations and worksheets that will help you kind of solidify this and crystallize it into a game plan. And again, if you want to have access to this, just comment manifest down below and I'll send you a link where you can sign up and receive it right away.